Please put up thumb. Yes, is it visible? You are getting my voice? Thanks. Thank you very much. Now, let's see. We need to learn about some API. Okay. So, what is the API? So, let's start. API. Okay. API is what? Application Program Interface. Now, when you say application program interface, why we require the API? So it is very simple, guys. When you are going to create some GenAI application, okay. So I'm just making a raw structure, raw architecture, raw architecture structure. So see, this is suppose this is the user, okay. You are the user, suppose, okay, and you are providing a prompt, and this is your GenAI application, okay. This is your what? This is your UI application. You can say this is the UI of your application. UI means user interface. Now, here, suppose this is your cloud interface. This is what your cloud interface. What are the cloud interface in the market? So we can say that is the Hugging Face is there, Grok is there. Like that, there are different types of cloud interface are available. Why this require cloud interface? So cloud interface are simply, they are helpful to connect with the LLM. They are what they will do. They are connected with the LLM. Okay, large language model. Now what happens when user is going to put up some prompt? This what user UI will do? UI will directly connected with this cloud interface. Okay, this cloud interface. Now, when you say cloud interface is the application. This is the bridge. This uh, this cloud interface will connect your prompt, your UI to directly LLM. Okay, so whatever the you are providing a prompt, it is this prompt is simply going to the cloud interface, and through the API call, this API call, this cloud interface is going to connected with your LLM. Then LLM will work on your prompt. They will generate the response, and after that, they will send this output to user. Sorry, diagram is not proper, but yes, I am trying to do this because this is something digital pencil and it is not working fine. Okay, so what is this? This is simply we can say response, and this is your prompt. Now, so API, what API will do? API will simply, they are, API will communicate from one system to another system. I hope you got some idea that why API will require. It is simply allow you to communicate from one system to another. This is the main purpose of this API. Understood now? What is the API? So API, now just if you see this, where is the diagram? Actually, diagram is not proper, but if you see, let me do it properly so you will get easily understand this thing. So why we required API? We will see in short. that suppose this is your cloud interface and this is your LLM. So what happens when user provides some prompt to user interface? This is the prompt. This prompt will, this cloud interface will connect this LLM through API. How they will connect? Through API. So this API key will be available in the model with itself. Means if you have multiple models, so if you remember earlier we have used a multiple models, right? Like Llama model is there, Open ChatGPT model is there. So I will show you that again. So if you go here, let me open it first. See, this Llama model is there. Yes. So this is 3.1. 8 billion model, 8 billion is parameters, 70 billion, this is another that GPT, LLM model. This is GPT OSS 120 billion model. So 120 billion is what? This is the parameter. This is a trainable parameters. Means this model has been trained on this much parameters. Okay. The Whisper is there. Whisper's large V3 turbo is there. Like this, if you see there are multiple models. These are also the models. And every models, if you go below, you will get some information. What is the how to use this model? And now if you see here, this is the API key we required. See, this API key will required. So why this API key will required? Because without API key, your cloud interface will not allow you to connect your LLM. Okay. So basically, API is your authentic, it will authenticate yourself and that will connect your user to LLM. So once you put down a prompt to UI, then it will goes to the cloud interface through API call. This prompt is submitted to the LLM. Then LLM will generate the response and then it will come back here and then this response you will get at the UI and then you are getting the output. Now you will say, sir, our ChatGPT is also working like this. Yes. So if you open the ChatGPT here, so now it doesn't mean that ChatGPT is installed in my laptop. Okay. How we are using a ChatGPT? It is just UI, guys. It is just UI. There is no any software. If you remember at the time of Gemini or ChatGPT, we are not installing anything. We are simply open a website, simply put down a prompt, and we are getting a result. That's it. It means they are using a huge hardware. You can say they have a very good configuration, TPU, GPU at their end. Okay. So when you put down a prompt here, this prompt is submitted to their LLM and then LLM will generate the response and it will get back to you here. Okay. So if you put down here that what is uh, what is suppose, yeah, what is the favorite book? Okay, and why? When you put down this prompt, now see, within a second, you are getting a response. Yes. So it means these prompts, whatever you are providing, so for the successful connection, we will require the API. Yes. So there are some types of API we will see in the details. I hope you got this. Okay. So this is just API key. Now, how to create a API key? That we will see at the time of regular session. It is very simple. Okay, we can simply create a API key, and it is a free. If you are using Grok, so API key, it is a free. Now again, it is depend on the model. Suppose if you are using a basic model, then that time you will not require, you will not require, again, it is depend on a model. If you are using a big model means which having a higher parameters, that time you need to pay. Okay, I already told you what is the this means they are using normally. So initially some of the API, they are some of the models, they are providing you 2500 free tokens earlier, and after that, after this 2500 tokens, they are charging something. Okay, so this is all about the tokens. Okay, give me 1 minute, guys. Okay, so now see here. Okay, now we will see what are the types of API. This API is different. Okay, so this is the Grok API key we require at the time of making a connection. Generally, we are using Grok at the time of application development. Okay, there is Hugging Face is also that where you will get the LLM models. Okay, now let's see what are the types of API. So the first API is REST API. Now, what is the REST API? REST API, it is simply, it is you when it will use, it is use a method get, post, put, and delete. So these are some methods with this REST API is used to get the data. Now, what is the method for this? Now, what is the get? What is the post? What is the put? What is the delete? These are the four methods. Okay. Now, why this required? So it is very simple. Now, when you use get method, it means it is helpful for fetching a data. Okay, it is useful for the fetching a data. When you say post, it is post means when you want to send some prompts or some information. So at the time of sending a data, you need to use post method. Now, what is the put? So put is a method we will use for updation of the data. Now, when you say delete, it is simply used to remove data. Okay. So these are some methods we are simply use in the REST API. Okay. So yes, attendance form. Okay. Okay. Now, now we will see about the, this is just overview we are taking, guys. It is actually, if you see in the API, we require at least 2 sessions to complete this API related things. But now we will see about some API, some of the machine learning models. Okay, this is just I'm giving you overview why we required and all these things. So API is simply it is a bridge between your code and AI. Okay, we can say in simple language, if you see, it is a bridge between your code and your AI. Yes. So this is all about the API. So I'm just keeping this topic for some time because it is a very vast topic. Now let's see, we will discuss about the some. This is all about some GenAI, but still some points are pending, and we will cover it. Okay, in the coming session. Now there is very important topic that some of the students are asked in offline that they want some sir, what is the machine learning and how to develop the model and how we can improve the accuracy in the machine learning model. So let's take one example. So through that example, you will get an idea how to improve your accuracy in the machine learning and how it is and how we can make it simpler. Okay, if you learn at online YouTube and other medium, you will see that machine learning is they are make it very complex. Now let's see, let's do for the one machine learning algorithm, and that is for the KNN. Okay, what is the KNN? K nearest neighbor. It is a very important algorithm, and most of the on the scenario we will use this algorithm. K nearest neighbor. Okay. Now how this work? So let's try to understand what is the KNN and how it works. This is very important. So after this topic, 101% I can assure you this concept you never forgot. Okay. Now let's see how we are going to what is the K nearest neighbor and how to improve the accuracy. Let me do some diagrams before explanation. Suppose this is y-axis, this is x-axis, okay, and we have some pointers. So let me do this. Okay. So these are this is just I'm taking one example. You will get idea how the machine learning we are going to teach in regular session. Now tell me what is the how the K nearest neighbor it will works. So what it will do, the K nearest neighbor, it is simply they are finding the neighbor. Suppose in this point, suppose I am putting one point here, this blue. So how the K nearest neighbor will work? Suppose here my the neighbor value n, the neighbor value of n is is suppose I am taking as a 5. Okay. So n means what? Number of neighbors. Now see, for this blue point, what are the neighbors to this blue point? This is one neighbor, this is one neighbor, this is one neighbor, this is one neighbor, and this is one neighbor. Yes. Now, as per their neighbors, it will predict as what? Green. Understood now? It will understand the behavior of its neighbor, and then this blue point will be predicted as green. Means your machine learning model, when you develop it, you will see this blue point is getting predicted by green. Okay. What is meant by prediction? Prediction means if you remember, and on second or first session, I told you about the some machine learning concept that after development of the model, we need to predict. Predict means what? There are two value, right? One is actual, another one is prediction. Yes. So we need to develop a model where your actual value and prediction value almost same, almost same. I am not saying it is exactly same. I am saying almost means approximate. Okay, means the error between actual value and prediction value, it should be very small. The difference between your actual value and whatever the model will predict the value, it should be very small. They have should be very small error. Okay. Now let's see if your this blue point and it has a neighbor, it is a green, so it is predicted as a green. Now tell me, if I put down my point here, what it will predict? It will predict as a green or red. Tell me about this point. What it will predict? Green or red? Please put up your answer. Red. How you know? Because as a human being, you have simply observed the neighbors of this blue point. Yes. On the basis of its neighbor, you said that yes, sir, this model will predict this point as a blue. Same thing, if I put down another point here, now tell me, and your n, the neighbor are 4. I can say that now neighbor are 4. Now tell me what it will predict, green or red. Red, still red. Why? Because if you say, though you are actually there is a one technique, you should not take a even number as a neighbor. Never. In means whoever the professional developers, they will always use odd. Why odd? Because there are certain scenario. If you say if your point is here, now you will see that 2 points is red, 2 point is black. Sorry, 2 point is red, 2 point are green. So it is very difficult to address it. Either it is red or blue. That's why we will take as a odd number. Always take put this point. So it is should be odd. But let it be. I'm just taking one example. Now, suppose your neighbors are 4. Now, see your 3 neighbor, nearest neighbor, I'm saying. Neighbor in the sense, nearest neighbors. What are the nearest neighbors? 3 neighbors are the red, and only one neighbor is green. So, it will predicted as red only. Understood now? KNN? KNN algorithm? Yes. So, why it will predict as a red? Because when you say it has a 2 pointers, okay, I will tell you in the depth. Okay, now see, when you say about this point, let me clear this one more time. Now let's see, I need to predict this point, either this is red or green. What it will do, to be honest, now you know that these are the neighboring, these are the neighbors, but system doesn't know who are the neighbors, right? Now by your eyes has been captured the distance between these points, but system will not count. How system will work? System will, what system will do? System will find out the distance between this point, this point, this point, this point, this point. Means it is trying to find out the distance between every point. And now once they will find out the distance, what they will do? They will sort. One sort means they will find out which has a minimum distance between this point and different point. Once they are getting minimum distance, then they will find out who are the five neighbors, because your n value is what? No, it is 5, not 4. N value is 5. It will check what are the five neighbors, and on the basis of that neighbors, they will predict what will be the prediction. Either it is red, either it is a green. Understood now? Yes, Satya, you can put down in the chat. If you have any doubt, please put down your chat box. Yeah, right. So see, guys, most of the student, when you join online sessions or some courses, these people are not gives you this thoroughly explanation, and this your concepts never going to clear. And 101%, what interview will ask you? Interviewer will not ask that if point is here, now what is the prediction, either red or green. They will simply ask that, okay, what they will ask, what is happening here when you say model dot fit, and what is happening here in model dot fit and model dot predict. Now, what is the model dot fit and model dot predict? This is the part of the Python coding. Python coding means at the time of model development, you required this model fit and model predict. Okay. So let's start. Let's start to develop the model. So yes, I'm simply put down here CNN. Okay. Okay. This is the training. Now see, import pandas as a PD. This is the ready-made code I have, or if you want, I can generate also. It's not an issue. So let me do this. There is a Learnomate. Yes. So I can develop a new code. It's not a big deal. Now try to understand. Okay. I am just giving you one example, and like this, we will take each and every algorithm in depth. It is not, see, in free sessions only. If we take in this level, so just think what is the level at our regular session. So let's do that. Now import pandas as PD. What is the pandas? This pandas as pandas is a library. Okay, I'm just executing it. Yes. Now I'm creating a data frames. Now what is the data frame and all we will see at the time of paid sessions. So df equal to pd dot read underscore csv. Okay. I'm just taking a file. So let me copy from here. So okay. Yes, it's done now. Now let's do this df of. Now defining, what is the next step? We need to define x and y. What is x and y? I will tell you later on. I hope in first or second session I already told you x equal to df of. Now let me, okay, one thing is pending. I want to see the data. Df dot head. Yes, df dot head. Now, what it will do? It will give you idea which type of data is available in this source network PSV file. Okay, this file I have imported through Pandas. Okay, let's do that. Now, see, age and estimated salary, purchase. These three columns are there. So, purchase is what your, this is your output. Age and estimated salary is your input. Now, let's do this. Age and estimated salary. So, this is our column. So, I'm just putting down a comma. We required this. Take copy this also. Y equal to df of purchase. Now, why I'm using here two dimension, why I'm using one dimension, that is will take some time. So I'm not disclose here. So we will see you later for this defining X and Y. Now I'm simply building a model, import sklearn, okay, dot K or neighbor, K neighbor, yes, neighbors, import import. Let me copy that file. Yeah, that's the answer. Why it is not taking KNN. It is not taking. I'm just copying. Okay. Now model equal to KL neighbor. Here you need to provide the neighbors. See, and neighbor. How much neighbors? Suppose I'm taking a 5. Oh, sorry, not 4, 5. Then model dot fit. Now see, when you say fit, why will required fit? And what is happening in the fit? You should know, because interviewer in the organization, when you join, in the interview, they will ask you what is happening in this state. So in X and Y, they are simply storing store all the data points. What they will do? They will store all the data points. They will not calculate anything at this level. Okay. They are simply store all the data points. Now, when you say model dot predict, okay, now see your model has been developed. K nearest classifier, your K nearest neighbor has been developed. Okay, this model has been developed. Now let's see how to use this. So model dot predict. So when you say predict, yes, predict. Now what you want to do? So suppose you are providing a age and estimated salary. I'm giving a age. Suppose 34 and 1,98,000 is the salary. Suppose, and then this is your YP. Okay, YP means your predicted value, right? So let's do that. Now let's do this. See, it is the 1. Okay, because it has a two value only. It either it is 0, either it is 1. Now, as per this data, 34 is the age and 1,98,000 is the salary. It means this model is predict that this car has been purchased on this data. On the basis of this data, they are simply predict that they will purchase. Now, I don't want this type of data. I want simple answer. So I can say YP equal to 0. See, now you will get 1. So it will predict as a 1. Suppose I'm giving another information that suppose this is something I'm just minimizing 24 and salary I'm making it 19,800. See, it is predicting as a 0. It means according to your data, they will simply predict either 1, either 0. Understood now how this LLM will work? Sorry, this machine learning model will work. There is one important point. Now, if you see the score of this model dot score, model dot score on X comma Y. It is only 87%. It means still 13% data this model is not properly predicting. So we have different techniques. We have different techniques, and through that you can, there is no matching value for 98. I know. See, prediction is means what? You have trained your model in this dot predict. Okay, I know there is no matching value for this file, but try to understand what we are doing here. When you are building a model, it means you are training the model, and you are training the model on what? On the given data. It is simply meaning, I will tell you how this works. Okay, now see, suppose it is simply like this. X and Y. Okay. Now see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now suppose I am taking here 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. Now tell me what will be the answer for 6? What will be the answer for 6? Put down your answer in chat box. What will be the answer for 6? 36. Yes, 36, right. Now, is this value is available here? Anywhere? Have you seen this? No, right? Because this is unseen data. This is unseen data, and your model should work on unseen data. This value we are using to set up or we can say to train. Why we are using this existing data? To train the model. Once you train the model, you need to test it. So how you can test? You can test your model on unseen data. Unseen data means that data is not available to you. That's why if you see here, I know this data is not available in the file, but still your model is predicting properly. Either 0, either 1. This is the model only, right? Why we required model? Because we want to predict some scenarios where it never faced. And that is the exam only. In exam also, if you study the whole syllabus, in the exams, they will give you some scenario based question in the interview also. If you give the interview, they will ask you some scenario based question, right? So it nothing like that the every time the scenario will be same. So on the basis of your training, on the basis of your how they everyone has taught you on your trainer, so on that basis you are going to answer, and that is same thing happen in the machine learning model. So machine learning model, how they are going to work, you are providing some data to train the model, and on the basis of your data they will predict the unseen scenarios or unseen data. Understood now, Venkata? I hope your doubt is getting clear now. Yes, Venkat? Okay. So now, if you see the score, this model having a score is 87.25. It means if you say out of 100, only 87% data is properly identified, or we can say predicted. Still 13% our data are mispredicted. We can say that is not properly predicting. And now we can definitely increase this prediction up to 98 or 99%. So what are the techniques for that? There are different types of techniques to increase the accuracy. So there is one of the important technique is scaling the data. How to scale the data and what is happening? So these all the techniques, and there is some feature reduction techniques are also there, feature engineering also there, feature selection is also there. So these some of the techniques we will cover in the main paid scenario, main paid sessions. Okay. So I'm just giving you idea that in this level, we will teach you each and every algorithm. In everything we are going to take in the depth. And to be honest, if you know machine learning well, and if you know machine learning well, you can really work at anywhere, because machine learning is the base of your GenAI. Some people, they are not studying the machine learning and they are simply goes to the GenAI. Later on, they are getting some trouble. To be honest, machine learning is your base. Python is your base. If you know Python very well, if you know machine learning very well, you can develop any applications easily in GenAI. Understood now, everyone? So if you have any doubts in the KNN, please let me know. If you have any doubts in the today's session, so we have 8 minutes, so we can discuss about about your doubts. By the way, attendance link and session. Uh, Actually, Sarthak, I don't have a that I can say if I give you code also, you will not work on it because this file you don't have, na? How you will read this file? So you can take a screenshot if you want, that's not an issue, but you should have that source file also. Without the source file, you cannot do anything. So, and I don't have the access of your WhatsApp group where I think these papers are getting changed. So thanks, Venkat. So we will discuss all these things at the time of paid session. I will provide you recordings. I will give you source files. I will give you source code, everything. Even you can unmute at any time in the sessions. So please fill your attendance form. And if you are interested for our next batch, we are going to start our next batch in the first week of the May. Okay. And lots of admission already completed. So please fill your form. Please contact your admin team and complete your formality. To be honest, guys, machine learning is very simple, but still some people are they are making it complex, and because of other people are not able to learn it. They are thinking that AI is very complicated. To be honest, it is very easy. You just focus on your basic concept. And here in machine learning, we don't have any single mathematics more than your 10th, or we can say 11th. Max to max, we can use derivative. That's it. Thanks, Rudra. Thank you. So, attendance link. Yeah, attendance link, I think they have shared. Okay, let me share you one more time. Yes. Do we need to learn algorithms or directly scikit-learn Python? No, no, Naveen. If you need to go step by step. If I tell you, you can directly go for scikit-learn, you will not understood how to plot the data, how to use the Cburn, how to use PyTorch. That is something different, right? So first you need to go step by step. If you go to the, if you want to take admission in the engineering or some graduation, what you need to do, you need to go 10th, 12th, and then you will able to take admission for the graduation. Same thing. So you just join the sessions. Definitely you will get everything. So yeah, course will be the further 4 months, 4.5 months. But in 4.5 months, we will cover each and everything. We will cover your machine learning in depth, Python in depth, then your GenAI in depth, NLP, natural language processing in the depth, deep learning, and then ANN, CNN, everything we are going to cover in the depth. Okay. So the duration will be 4.5. How we will increase 87 to 92%. Daniel, just now, if you concentrate on your my session, I already told you there are lots of techniques. So there are, I can tell you few techniques right now. So we can scale the data. By using scaling a data, you can increase the accuracy. Another thing, feature selection, feature reduction, and feature, these are the feature selection, feature reduction, feature engineering. These all the things are used to increase the accuracy for the machine learning these algorithms. Okay, and how to calculate this score and all these things we will see. Guys, fees and all these things you will get the details from the. I think they have provided you the contact number. If you go above, they have already shared. Uh, Kiran, could you please put down your number here? People are asking about the details. Guys, yeah, I think they have already provided you the contact number. I'm going to share it again. Please contact this number. You will get all the details. What is the duration? What will be the batch timing? What will be the syllabus? Everything you will get in the details. And to be honest, in last 13, 14 sessions, whatever we have covered, this is just summary. You have covered only 10% of the syllabus. You will see at the time of our paid sessions, you will realize, sir, this is the real AI. How to develop the application. It is very simple. What you think earlier, it is very complex and all these things. Nothing is complex. You can easily develop any application within a, means it depends upon the requirement again. So within a, we can say half an hour, 1 hour, if it is a small requirement and you know Python very well, you know machine learning algorithm very well, you can do your own, you can develop your own model. And we will take a practice also in our sessions. So automatically you will get hands-on. Okay. So for fees and the all these things, you can contact me. So tomorrow we will connect at 7:30. Okay. No, no, not tomorrow. On Monday, guys. Sorry, not tomorrow. On Monday we are going to conduct one session at 7:30. Okay, you can connect on Monday 7:30. But still, mobile number they have provided. Please complete your formalities, because in the first week of the May, we are going to start our new batches. Already admissions is completed. Some of people have completed their formalities. Please complete your formality as well. And definitely everything, if you compare with other institutes, everything here is a reasonable, including fees, including everything. We have already taken competitive comparison, comparatively everything is in proper. We have kept. Okay. So if you have any doubt, please be in call. Otherwise, you can leave it. Yes. Attendance form, we have already provided you. Please go through it. Happy weekend, everyone. Guys, please fill the review form. How you feel about the sessions? Are you like or not? Thanks. Please fill the attendance form and the review link. As if you like the session, please fill your review form, guys. Thanks, Daniel. Good day. Please fill the attendance form and review session. Yeah, session review form is already there in the chat box. Please fill it. Thank you, Venkata.
Okay, sir. Yeah, I mean.